There are countless men and women in the world, many of whom could be just as, if not more, compatible with you than your current partner. If your needs are not being met and the other person has shown they are not committed to meeting those needs, remember that you have too much to live for to tolerate that. Whether you take my advice or not, always keep in mind that the more you disrespect yourself by being a doormat for validation, the more people are being hurt behind your back. It's widely agreed upon that cheating is a frightening experience. Nobody wants to be betrayed, and we constantly hear stories about it. Personally, cheating stories linger in my mind like the boogeyman, even though I don't have any romantic partners. It's astonishing how often I come across Reddit stories about relationships ending due to cheating or people making sweeping generalizations about their experiences. The scariest part about cheating is that it seems to happen out of nowhere. One moment you're coming home after a long day just wanting to relax, and then suddenly you stumble upon yet another story about infidelity. Before I delve into this video, let me emphasize that many relationships are far from what we see on TikTok and Instagram. Life, in general, is not always picture perfect, but I digress. While I have encountered a few individuals who have experienced cheating in their relationships, it's not as if every single relationship is destined to fail and end with heartbreak, and that idea is confirmed when the majority of the content forced upon you for a decade consists of videos like this. Seriously, do we really need to see another video of someone getting caught cheating? It's baffling to me, and probably to 99% of people as well, why some individuals choose to cheat instead of just ending the relationship. Isn't breaking up the easier option? And seriously, don't these people have anything better to do with their time? Get a job or something. But fear not, my friends, because I have cracked the code on why cheating happens and how to avoid it. So sit back, relax, and get ready to laugh, because I'm about to share my theory with you. To understand where I'm coming from, let's first delve into the theory of attachment styles. Now, I know this may sound a bit self-diagnosing and Myers-Briggs-ish, but I truly believe in the power of this theory. It's not only well-researched, but it's something that everyone should be aware of. By applying the ideas of attachment theory to yourself, you can gain valuable insights about your own behavior. So, here's a quick overview. Attachment theory suggests that people seek familiar love in adulthood. The way you were treated as a child greatly influences your mindset as an adult, and there are 3 main attachment styles that have been identified in numerous studies: secure, anxious, and avoidant. Having a secure attachment style is considered ideal, indicating a nurturing environment during childhood. On the other hand, anxious and avoidant attachment styles are classified as insecure, often stemming from inconsistent parental care. Many individuals may have an insecure attachment style, carrying childhood experiences into adulthood. This can result in fear of abandonment, leading to clinginess or pushing people away. Insecure attachment breeds insecurity, impacting relationships and potentially leading to cheating. It's a learned behavior, not innate. Let me show you a video to illustrate this point further. It's crazy to see situations like this unfold, right? I mean, you'd think someone with a following like that wouldn't have to deal with cheating. But hey, it happens. And you're right. It's not just about material things. Communication and handling problems in a healthy way are key. Resentment can build up if feelings aren't properly addressed. It's definitely something to think about. I feel like I'm about to be left alone right now. It seems like you're just like everyone else who wants to leave me. Can you please come back with me? Please, please come back. Stop, please. You only did it because you didn't answer your phone, like you never answer your phone. You're never there for me. You know what I'm doing for me. What gym are you at? What gym are you at? You're a liar. Ask me that. Where are you going? Leave me. Oh yeah, she definitely doesn't have a father. And it's not just this video. This is how 99% of these cheater gets caught videos we see go down. The cheater in question either cries like a child, throws a temper tantrum like a child, deflects blame like a child would. Basically, they act like children. And I hate to label people with stuff like that. I don't know this person personally. I'm just an armchair psychologist at the end of the day. but by her repeatedly reiterating her thoughts of how he was trying to leave her, trying to accuse him of cheating on her, I don't think this is 100% blatant manipulation. Because this kind of behavior is something a scary amount of people do nowadays, believe it or not. I think the projecting and deflecting most cheaters do when they're caught is more so a byproduct of self-sabotage and feeling unfulfilled, but also being too in their own heads to voice their concerns. And this is why everyone should become more aware of this trait, because by holding on to and harboring resentment you can't or won't ever express, it needlessly destroys a connection between you both. And I'm not just talking out of my ass here. It's a documented fact that the number one cause of cheating for both men and women is a breakdown or lack of connection between the people. And it's ambiguous for the reason as to why the breakdown happens. But why? 1. I think the main reason this happens is because many people struggle with communication skills. I believe the root cause of this difficulty in expressing oneself is due to insecure attachments. For example, individuals who never had the opportunity to share their thoughts at home may find it easier to avoid confrontation and keep everything bottled up until it all bursts out in a fit of anger. This is definitely not the best way to convey your feelings. You've probably witnessed this scenario before, where someone holds in their emotions until they explode. Instead of voicing their concerns, many people prefer to keep their anger inside and only share their side of the story with friends. This behavior is often linked to upbringing and the concept of the inner child. When you're with someone you trust, like a partner, you may find yourself acting in ways that reflect your inner child. If that inner child is wounded or neglected, it can negatively impact your relationships and someone getting injured. But it's also important to acknowledge that the person who cheats is simply not a good person. This is the scary part of being in love with someone for a long time. It's a commitment, not just a feeling or a need. Some people may see something better and jump at the opportunity, but still keep you around for validation. Take a look at this music clip. My boyfriend just... Yeah, they did, they're good. Oh, we don't care about them. Some of you are just beyond happiness, and you don't deserve it. Now, let's get into what you all came for. How can you, as a certified boy lover, avoid being cheated on? And how can we potentially eliminate cheating from the world? Well, it all starts with introspection. If you haven't had the privilege of growing up in a stable and loving household, you may not know what a healthy relationship looks like or how to maintain one. The average household is under immense stress, especially with the current state of the world. You may have daddy issues, mommy issues, anxiety and inferiority complex, or even strange attractions. Whatever the case may be, it's important to become more aware of these things before entering the dating scene. Otherwise, you're bound to make mistakes, get hurt, and become one of those love-struck fools. And we all know how foolish those people can be. Once you've done some introspection, the next step is learning to communicate your problems. This seems to be the hardest part for many people. Communication is something that every relationship lacks. Many of you would rather build a functional spaceship, find a new Earth, and fully colonize it than admit that you were wrong. It frustrates me to no end. People say that dating is complicated in this day and age, yet they refuse to communicate. In a long-term relationship, it's important to be able to communicate your feelings openly and feel safe while doing so. If you find yourself upset with your partner, it's crucial to address the issue with them directly rather than seeking comfort from friends or avoiding the problem altogether. Remember, feeling secure and having a strong emotional connection are essential for a healthy relationship. Don't ignore your instincts or make excuses for your partner's behavior. If you feel like your safety and emotional well-being are at risk, it may be time to reevaluate the relationship and consider moving on. It's never easy to walk away from someone you care about, but sometimes it's necessary for your own happiness and peace of mind. There are countless men and women in the world, many of whom could be just as, if not more, compatible with you than your current partner. If your needs are not being met and the other person has shown they are not committed to meeting those needs, remember that you have too much to live for to tolerate that. Whether you take my advice or not, always keep in mind that the more you disrespect yourself by being a doormat for validation, the more people are being hurt behind your back.